Welcome to I Am Prime Minister, where well-known celebs unleash their outrage about life's annoyances and tell you how they'd sort it out.
Every man must experience the period pain.
If you talk or use your mobile phone during a theatre performance, I would taser you.
I don't know whether this fits in, but people
Doesn't matter,
who
tell
don't
us.
pick up their dog poo really annoy me.
I Am Prime Minister, the only political podcast that has absolutely nothing to do with politics.
Hello and welcome to I Am Prime Minister, the podcast that makes your favourite celebrities, comedians and influencers Prime Minister for a day. Today's brand new PM is Capital Breakfast Show host Sian Welby. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Congratulations
having me.
on your victory.
Thank you. I knew I was going to win by a landslide. I've got some great policies coming in.
How does it feel to win?
I mean, it feels, I just knew it was there. It was
Yeah.
always in my bones that I was going to be a leader.
Do you think?
Yeah, and so now it feels right.
Great.
Yeah.
Would you characterise your campaign as driven by optimism or driven by dirt on the opponents?
It's driven mainly by moaning. I feel like the great British public love a good moan.
Yeah.
I've really
Yeah.
lent into that.
Great.
And really tried to bring my policies about the everyday items.
Maybe that would work, actually, rather than, politicians going, Britain is great, just going, it's a bit shit here, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have a moan together and then
Yeah.
I'll just ban the things we don't like.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to start with some policy then. You've won, you can do anything you want. So we're going to begin with your first policy. What would you like to begin with?
I think that we need to start making it standard that if you buy a bed, it just comes with a mattress. We're not having this. If you type in bed, it shows a bed frame with a mattress, right?
Yeah.
Bear with me. If anyone's recently had to buy a bed, they'll appreciate this. When you then go to buy it, and it's really expensive, it's just for the frame. The bed doesn't work without the mattress. There should be at least a standard option that it comes with, and then you can upgrade if you want. If you want to pick your own hard or soft mattress, fine.
Yeah.
But it should come with one.
That is, I agree.
Yeah?
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't call it a bed, otherwise it's just a bit of wood. It's like it might as well be pallets. Like wood pallets stacked
It's
on
the
top of
only
each other.
thing, isn't it, as well, where, you don't get the whole thing with it.
Yes, exactly. But it costs so much money, and
Yeah,
you're
they're
thinking,
really expensive,
how?
yeah.
How? Because this can't operate without the mattress.
Although the mattress industry is keeping podcasts afloat with their adverts, so...
Oh, I see. Are you sponsored by a mattress?
No, we've got no sponsors. We're
I
fine.
can swiftly change my opinion based on your sponsors and say how brilliant.
So
the
when did you
mattresses
last
are.
buy a bed then?
Really recently, because I moved house and wanted one with that you could lift up and put storage in, because I live in London, there's no space. And I just was shocked at how much money it was, and then how much money a mattress was separately. Like, you're talking in thousands, yeah.
Yeah. Mattresses. I bought one last year. So expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bed, because I'm terrible as well for going, okay, that's that all done, budgeted, and then that's a little surprise at the end.
This is what I'm saying. I think a lot of people do. They Google it and go, oh yeah, I'll get that bed, bosh. And then they're like, oh, no. Don't expect comfort with this bed frame. This is just, you're just buying the frame. And then it should be bed frames, but they don't call it that.
No.
So that's one of my first angers. I think we've been duped into thinking this is okay. I think we've been conned as a national... It's a national problem.
You don't seem like you think this is an issue.
No, I think it's an inconvenience worthy of a moan. I'm not sure about national policy. I share your concerns very much because my bed frame has now been buggered because I had one of those where you lift up and put stuff on it.
Same.
And now the spring's a bit wonky, and now it's like I can still sleep on it, but if I want storage, I need to sort of do some ninja rolls and grab stuff out before it closes properly and before the whole thing.
I actually think we can go further on this. I also think that there should be no double beds. I think everyone should
What, 2 singles if you're a couple?
Yes, I think that would be better for everyone. Everyone would be happier. Everyone would sleep better if we all slept like Bert and Ernie next to each other.
Do you know what? I actually second that. I think sleeping together, again, is something that... you almost degrade from being 16. You peak at 16.
Yeah,
you have
you've got
your
your
own
own
bed.
room.
You've got your own room. You might even have your own double. You've got everything in there that's all yours, your own wardrobe. You get older, you share a room, you share the wardrobe, you share the bed and the duvet.
Until you get to about 60, then people go, we're just going to sleep in separate rooms
But
again.
maybe those old-timer movies where you had, the couples in separate beds, maybe they had a point. Maybe, this
think
is
they should.
this
Honestly,
is a Back to Basics campaign that we're going to
the
run
best thing I
from
ever
number
did
10.
is
Back
get
to
a
basics,
super
I love
king
it.
because we don't touch each other.
I think that is it, and that's why couples want bigger and bigger beds, and it's all a con. We're all being sold up. We're buying bigger. And actually, you're right. Let's just get 2 singles or bunk beds. I'll take bunk beds.
Bunk beds would be great.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just say night and then...
Also, it is fun, isn't it? A bunk bed. It does make you feel happy.
If you wanted, you could have a slide as an optional way down. They're just things we can spitball. Do you know what I mean? Let's just get the bedroom situation sorted because it's all a con.
Yeah, bedrooms, I think we will have a happier public if people have, nice mattresses that come with the bed and separate beds.
And separate beds.
Sorry, I've added that on, I realise, but separate beds I think is very important.
We can work with here. I think, we want something we can give people meat to, and that kind of back to basics campaign of the separate beds, the couples in the separate beds.
People always
appeal to some traditional voters.
Exactly. People always say Britain was a great country when people didn't touch each other in bed.
And this is it. We want minimal contact as
Sex
Brits.
twice in your life for
Yes,
the kids. That's
just
it.
to procreate.
Bring back Mary Whitehouse.
100%. This is it.
Through a hole in a sheet.
It's too hot to share beds and duvets and all of that malarkey.
Awful.
Back to basics. That's going to be the name of the campaign. That's fantastic.
Back to basics.
Yeah.
I love this. So we're going to get rid of all beds apart from single beds, but they actually come with a mattress.
And they're going to come with a
the only
mattress.
thing I can think of that you have to buy the 2 things separately.
Off the top of my head, same. I don't know. It's the one that feels like the biggest con because we just accept it. We accept it's okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't buy a car without the motor in it and sort of say, I bought this lovely car, but I have to buy the motor separately.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't buy a watch and they go, oh, if you want hands on that watch, they're gonna cost you.
Exactly. And I mean, I suppose because you could have a mattress without a bed frame, that's fine.
Yeah, you can.
But not the other way around.
You can. It would be sleeping a little bit like a student, but it would work still.
Yeah. Or someone in East London.
Correct.
Yeah.
You've done that, Matt. I can tell.
Yeah. I had a trendy mattress on the floor for a while.
To be fair, so did I.
Did you?
Yeah. But again, I couldn't have slept on a bed frame. So this is it.
So when you're in number 10, it's going to look like a squat then.
It's just going to be
bunk beds for you and your partner.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
Theresa May, I think, probably is the only prime minister I would say definitely sleeps in a single bed next to her husband's single bed.
I could have imagined John Major, but then he was sleeping with Edwina. So
yeah, exactly.
Do you think they would be opposite, facing each other, like 2 singles like that, or next to each other?
That's weird.
No, that's what the Queen did, isn't it?
What?
Do you ever see The Crown, where they had the bed? She was in her bed, and she could say "Night, Philip,"
and he was there?
opposite. Yeah.
No,
he was. I promise you. They had their own separate beds facing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
There you go.
All right, then I think we can do this. Lorin, I'm not going to even ask if there's any precedent for this political policy.
Beds.
No, making people buy mattresses and beds together.
No.
No, nothing like this has happened in politics before?
No. Certainly not in the UK.
No.
It's a shame, you see. This is the thing.
We're innovating. We're creating new policy on those.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a source of many, many inconveniences, and people don't even know this is also inconvenience. How many times have you woken up at night and it's like, I've had a shit night's sleep. You were fucking snoring. You were taking up too much room. You were stealing the duvet. We're solving all of this.
My girlfriend has night terrors.
Oh, they're the worst. My boyfriend does as well.
Yeah, really? Awful.
Because they scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what? And you're like, well, what were you doing?
Yeah, and then they're annoyed when you wake them up because they're screaming at the top of their lungs. Although the best one I have is she talks in her sleep as well. And about 3 nights ago, she lay in bed and she just went, she's really northern, my girlfriend, and she went, fucking hell. Just that was it. She's in the middle of the night. Fucking hell.
I love it.
Oh, lovely.
I'd love to know what the problem was, but she can't remember.
No, of course not. That's just what they do in their sleep, northerners. Right, well, look, there's quite an interesting theme coming through your policies that I can see. A lot of it is about shopping and buying things that annoy you.
Again, it's the back to basics campaign where we're just trying to get down to the nitty gritty of life. Why are bin liners so expensive?
I couldn't tell you how much bin liners cost.
Well, they're annoyingly expensive. They're like £4.
Are they?
Yeah. Just to bin stuff. And if you try and take the £2 option, literally they're made of like rice paper. They just disintegrate in your hands. Again, this is a nationwide problem. We just need to get a standardised, decent bin liner that costs about £1.
So we're going to subsidise bin liners.
I think we could, yeah.
We don't want to subsidise. We don't want to spend people's money in the hands of big bins.
Yeah.
We want to have a certain standard of thickness of the bin sheet. Because I agree, I think it's a nightmare when you put anything, like a cot, any small item in the bin and it just tears.
Yeah.
And then you get the sort of bin juice going through and then you get the bits poking out. Like if you have to throw a plant away or something like that, it's just like, oh, right, okay, that's torn now. So I've got to...
Yeah.
There's that awkward shuffle from the bin area to outside to then get rid of it. And no one likes that awkward shuffle. It's just awkward.
I haven't bought bin liners for about 7 years.
Please explain, Matt. What are you doing? You just got some sort of landfill near
I
you?
accidentally bought 700 on Amazon, and
That's ridiculous.
I'm still using them.
You accidentally
3 house moves.
Wait,
I haven't. I've just got the same bin liners.
you bought 700.
Yeah, like I love doing a bit of Amazon shopping, like after a drink.
Yes.
And I thought I was buying like a normal amount of bin liners, and I bought 700
Did you
bin
like
liners.
sleep and just press the zeros like that?
I don't know, but I've got hundreds. I've got boxes and boxes of bin liners.
We need to do some maths on this. Times by 4 is like two grand.
No.
How much did you spend on these bin liners? You got 700. They're about £4 a roll. Go
I
on.
haven't got 700 rolls.
Oh, 700 individual.
Yeah,
it's one massive.
Well, no, it doesn't. They don't even come in rolls. They were just in boxes, like giant cardboard
What,
boxes
loose?
of loose bin liners.
Unless you've got a discount, so 700 times 4 is 2,800. So did you spend nearly £3 on bin liners?
I didn't get 700 rolls. 700 individual bin liners. I'll tell you how much they were. Let's find out, shall we?
That's psychopath behaviour to have individual bin liners coming to you.
In a box.
Yeah, that's
you're
weird.
all folded in a box and you just pull them out the box.
That's
Not
very
even
weird.
rolled.
No.
Oh,
Like
that is
folded in
weird.
half.
That is weird,
That's
isn't it?
incredibly
I'd be
weird.
very,
Liners, though.
I would be checking hard drives at this point. It's
look.
very suspicious.
When people get successful, they all want different things. I just wanted to bulk buy bin liners.
That's brilliant.
I also have the recycling bags as well. I bulk bought all of them.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know you could even do that. But
I've everything. I bulk buy. I've got like ironing water. I haven't bought that for years because I accidentally bought 30 of those.
this is honestly
Do you have
madness.
a whole room in your house full of like drunken purchases then? Drunken storage?
Pretty much. It used to be in a basement, and now it's just in a garage.
He's living in like a sort of zombie bunker by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
Is it like
I'm an
just in
accidental
case?
prepper.
You are, aren't you? Yeah, you
Hey,
are.
when the world ends and you want a bin liner,
I know where I'm going. I'm going straight to yours,
Yeah,
and we'll
yeah.
be fine for months.
when you want a cheap Halloween costume, come to me.
I will,
I've got
I
a bin
remember
liner
that.
to make you a witch or something. I guess
So
what
you
used to
say
happen.
you didn't order 700 rolls, but how many boxes of bin liners turned up and you were like, oh fuck, how much did I order?
4
This is
that's less
so
impressive.
weird.
boxes like this. That size.
It must have cost at least 100 or so
I think
quid.
I probably spent 100 and something pounds on bin
Yeah,
liners.
I mean that is mad. But then it's worked out in the long run. You're getting the last laugh, and this is what I'm saying because bin liners are expensive. So actually, Matt, we are mocking you, but you're the one getting the last laugh.
Look, I'm just saying, like, it's the way to live your life. I can't believe I admitted to that. That was a bit sad. Yeah, but I mean, so we can subsidise them. Does this happen often? Like household essentials get subsidised by governments?
Well, a lot of them. So where I live in Hackney, the council delivers all the recycling bags and the food waste bags. The problem we've got in our block is someone keeps fucking nicking them.
Yeah.
And you just got
this guy.
someone from the council comes in and just chucks them all in the building.
Yeah.
It's a bit Lord of the Flies as to who sort of.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you get that in yours as well? Do you get free recycling bags?
Recycling bags, but then it seems very random when you
Yeah.
get them. You get like 2 lobbed at your front door at once, and then you don't get any for 6 months.
No.
So I don't know.
And then you ask them for some, and then they might have been delivered, they might not have been delivered, and you can pick them up at a library as well. But
Can
then
you?
apparently it's near us, but then it's one library's shut down, and you can do it on the one library and not on the other. And I was like, okay, well, it's just
You with your
fucking pointless.
Labour London councils getting free things all the time.
Yeah,
you
there
don't
you
get
go,
that where
Sid.
I live.
Yeah, because we
you
pay
don't get anything.
We pay council tax, not you lot.
I pay council tax.
No, not very much of it.
Oh, yeah, it's quite expensive actually. But my least council tax, Westminster. When I lived in the city of Westminster for a bit, W9. When I lived in Queens.
Wait, where were you living? You were living in
Queen's Park,
Westminster.
Literally
Queen's Park,
in-
but like it's Westminster Council.
Oh,
Council.
okay.
No, you and your
£900 a year.
fucking Westminster bubble.
Yeah.
Literally.
£900 a year. Great council. Anyway, I digress. I'm getting really distracted. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
You're
Fine.
happy with that?
Well, look, why don't we just give them out? If they're already being given out for recycling.
You've just got to do a big bulk order with Jeff as an official government advisor.
I'm sorted for the
Yeah.
country.
You can be head of waste and sanitary, okay?
Yep.
That's the department I'll put you in.
Okay.
And you can be in charge of budgeting that, please.
Easy.
Handling the
Done.
nation's shit and rubbish. I like it.
please.
Is there a department for that?
I guess it's environment and rural affairs, so it's a bit nicer than to be called, Minister for Shit.
Minister for shit. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to your next policy, please.
Shoelaces. Very unreliable. We're doing something wrong here. It's time for some innovation. I mean, maybe
Velcro.
we could. I don't know why Velcro didn't take over. I don't. We are living in the dark ages with these shoelaces. Because
You
they come
have
undone.
so many issues that I've never noticed before.
This
What's
is what
wrong
I'm
with your
saying.
shoelaces?
Because how often
Were
do
you
you...
taught to tie shoelaces as a child?
Yeah, I can tie my shoelaces. I'm very
They
good
work
at tying
well
my
enough they
laces.
take them off you
It's
in
a-
prison, so...
It's a bad design. They just come undone, especially when you're on a run. It doesn't matter. Like, you're mid-run, they come undone.
You're not
fuming.
tying your shoelaces properly, I
I
don't
am.
think.
I'm tying
Are
them
you double
very
knotting?
well. Sometimes, but I feel like I've got a good, strong method of tying.
But if they're falling apart all the time, I would suggest possibly not.
Well,
Right,
I don't know.
Can you
It's
just
not
tie your
a me
shoe
problem.
for us? Let's sort this out.
Look, I've got a decent shoelace tie
No,
here.
from
Look.
scratch. Like, let's.
Like, here we go. Look, so I do the whole...
Yeah,
so I
let's
do the
show
cross,
us your technique.
cross over and under, one loop, round and under.
You need to double loop,
Yeah,
mate.
double loop.
Double loop? Is
Yeah.
that where I'm going wrong?
Yeah.
What you need to do...
Come on, let's see. Oh, now you see you've got a mare there. That's too many knots. Oh, okay.
So-
You undid that quite quick.
1,
Yes?
double loop.
Oh, the bunny ears.
Bunny ears,
Yeah.
mate. Bunny ears
All
is
about
the,
the
way
bunny
forward.
ears.
Is the bunny ears
It's all about
actually
the
a more
bunny ears.
secure
Yeah.
And
knot?
then
100%.
double knot.
And then you double knot.
And then I do a knot again, yeah.
Is it not frustrating when you get home trying to sort out that double knot?
No.
Never too tight.
Never too tight.
Okay, I take that back.
Look, yeah, I think, this
I'll
is
take
more
this
of
one
a
back.
you problem than a national
I thought
crisis.
it was. I thought it was a national problem. I was wrong.
And we, as your advisors, are here to, sort of to speak honest truths to power.
I appreciate it.
Like, trying to force the public to wear Velcro or Crocs as a policy would have been disastrous.
Crocs are cool now, though.
I know, and I did wear some on holiday. They were very, very
Crocs are
comfy.
fantastic.
But it is amazing how you can transform a brand's reputation from being unsightly and ungodly to, quite trendy now and quite comfortable.
Maybe because everyone realised they were really comfy.
True.
And you can activate the sports mode and you can run in them.
While we're on the shoe thing, though, I do think we should ban sliders from being worn anywhere in public. With socks. Beach, fine. Holiday, fine. Not around in the streets.
Yeah, I second that. I'm quite happy to. I'll take out my whole policy about shoelaces. I was wrong, and
You
I will
were.
admit to the public, and I apologise for that. But sliders, there's no real place for them, is there, in society right now?
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
I think-
we'll lose the youth vote, but
Yeah, I mean,
What are
look,
you gonna do?
sometimes we need to appeal to, again, more back to basics vote. I think I'd go even further and suggest maybe a fixed penalty notice to anyone who appears in public with socks and sliders. I think they are unsightly.
They're
No
a
one wants to
hazard.
see that.
fine them.
Yeah.
I think they
don't
should be
want-
shot.
Okay.
We don't want
well,
jail
it's-
time or shooting, but I think a significant
death
enough
penalty.
deterrence.
The death penalty, really?
Yeah,
You're going
absolutely.
strong on this?
Yeah.
What is it that
well,
annoys you
you
so
know
much?
what? You wear your sliders,
Yeah.
and if you outrun a pack of dogs in them, you survive, but they're going to eat you.
I agree that
Do
the
you remember
least...
Release the Hounds, that ITV2
Yes.
show? Essentially, that is my policy with
And in
sliders.
fact, we can
Okay.
do that with all the XL bullies that have been rounded up. So get all the XL bullies chasing after people with sliders.
Oh my God, I was in the pub the other day and there was a conversation because someone had an XL bully and they asked them to leave. They're like, people are uncomfortable that your dog and you are here.
Wow.
Now, your next policy,
Yes.
I'm reluctant about because I do think it's not very relatable to the common man.
No, this is very unrelatable,
But
actually.
is it a problem in your life?
It's a problem, I just think, in sort of showbiz circles, red carpets. They're cold. They're always in winter. They're always in February. It's always freezing cold. I just don't know who decided that we do award season in this country in February. We do all Brits and BAFTAs, and there's no sort of, there's not even like your common pub heater down the red carpet.
No.
There's no sort of warmth
Do you
coming.
like a red carpet?
I mean, not really. I'm not really one for. I'm a bit uncomfortable in general posing. I tend to be working them. I don't mind working on
What,
the red carpet.
asking
Yeah, like I
questions?
don't mind doing the asking the questions.
Okay.
But they are quite full on. And
Have you ever interviewed a politician?
no,
Just
never.
celebs.
Only like pop stars and actors. Yeah.
Okay.
Why have you?
No, never.
No. Okay. No, I've
I
never
haven't
had
even
that.
interviewed that many pop stars and celebs, really. I'm not great at it.
Well, it's
Not
a
really
weird
interested in what they've got to say. I did interview Zac Efron once, and he was an absolute twat.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was
Really?
awful. He was so rude.
Oh.
That's the one. Like that's sort of the only kind of like Hollywoody actor I've ever interviewed. Really
Yeah.
awful.
I think you do get though. No one really wants to stop on a red carpet,
No.
and I do blame it on the cold. So
So
I
you think that would help your job?
yeah, because no
Right.
one wants to hang around. They go 2 questions.
What is your technique on the red carpet then to get people to stop?
I think I might start bringing a coat and just draping it over them. But
A dry robe.
a dry robe and just start really cuddling them so they're happy and content. Because otherwise it's just a game of sticking a microphone out and trying to smile nicely and hoping that they come and chat to you. Maybe starting with a decent opening line, but
No.
it's
Has
hard
anyone,
work.
given that they're sort of, from your guys' experience, quite hard work at times, is anyone sort of doing the Michael Crick approach to them of just chasing with a mic and shouting awkward questions at them? Or is that against the spirit of the red carpet and celebrating their big celebrity sort of foolery?
I think these days, I read a really interesting article about this the other day, about how people are now rude. Like this awkward interview, like Amelia de Moldenberg,
Yes.
and people like that are really popular now, where it is all a bit awkward and uncomfortable and weird. Whereas it used to be very like, oh, it's so nice, and everyone was very polite.
Yeah, I'm not very good because I would feel awkward being awkward.
Yeah.
I wish I could pull that off because I do think you're right. It's actually brilliant and it
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
a very good reaction. But I'm too in my own head about stuff like that. And then I'd go, oh God, I'm being too awkward. Oh, maybe I need to apologise and say it's just an act. And yeah, I would.
I'm really interested in this. I think this is an interesting area because not many prime ministers have had your job before.
No, true.
What is your worst interview moment then?
Worst interview moment. I mean, Harrison Ford's a tricky character.
You've interviewed Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he literally he did it. He was sat with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and he literally looked over at her and said, "You having fun yet?" And I thought, oh,
in the middle of your interview.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kind of rate the grouchiness of it, though.
You get to that point though where people go, oh, it's what he's like. It's like Hugh Grant is the same, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
always very grumpy.
Yeah,
Have you
I
ever
think-
interviewed him?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay.
No, I would like to. But this is the thing. I think if you I tried not to let it fluster me because I was like, I think this is kind of just his persona.
But it's such an asshole move to like
Yeah.
make you feel awkward about it. What did you ask to get him to say that?
Nothing in particular, just about the movie, but he just didn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'd said anything controversial. He was just bored already. I was the first one of the day and he'd already had enough. And
That's
I
why
thought
you get
it'd be
paid
hard.
so much money though to sit through all that.
Yeah.
Was she nice though, Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
She was lovely. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
really nice. But I think as well, she was probably like also feeling awkward. The whole thing was
Having to
awkward.
sit next to that all day. Oh God.
Who's the nicest one?
Weirdly, Margot Robbie. She's been nice. I've been very lucky. I've met her a few times, and every single time she's been exactly the same. But I'd say that's kind of like very down to earth. There's a few really down to earth people, and recently Jake Gyllenhaal was like same energy.
Really?
Yeah, really like normal.
So
I've heard that about Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I think. Well, she's like she lives in Clapham, doesn't she? She's like quite
did for
normal.
There
years.
was for ages speculation of whether Margot Robbie had in fact gone to Infernos.
Yeah, and
Yes, I asked her personally about
Did you?
Infernos because I used to live in Clapham, and I was like, "Come on, tell me the truth. Did you ever were you living in Clapham?" I said, "This is the biggest rumor." And did you go to Infernos? And she told me the story that she tried to once hire a room in Infernos for her and her mates, and they turned her away and said no. And so she missed out on like a birthday party. She was going to like hire a whole section of it, and they were like, "No, you can't."
Margot
turned
Robbie
down
having her birthday at Infernos
Yeah.
that's great.
That is incredible.
I find Brits and Australians are much better than Americans normally. I think Americans take themselves quite seriously.
On average, I would agree. I'd say the Brits and Australians just get it. Yeah, they really do. And then you just get a few, especially like those kind of actors that do comedies, they also get it. It's that same level.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people I think just need to chill out a bit, lighten up.
Yeah, and I think musicians and comedians and people like that are better than actors. I think actors are hard to interview because they don't want to be there. They take it way too seriously. I once on a radio show had an actor on who was in Humans, you know, the Channel 4 show a few years ago.
That was good.
And he was really nice, but he was like, oh, I'm actually the voice of TalkSport. I'm the guy the guy in between everything. I was like, that's amazing. They're upstairs. Let's talk about it. He goes, no, I don't talk about that work I do. And you're like, don't tell me the story then, man.
Yeah, there's sometimes that where the one thing that they're in that you think you would ask them about is totally off limits. I mean,
awful.
we tried to interview actors at one point during the actors' strike. That was hilarious because it was like you cannot talk about the film or the film they're in, the series they were in, nothing to do with acting, but they're coming in for an interview.
So you just had to talk about life.
Yeah, but it was really hard because you couldn't ask them about the private life either. So we're kind of all sat
Did you just
shuffling.
end up talking about the weather?
Kind of, yeah. I remember thinking, what are we going to do? It was really odd. It was really odd.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, we can move awards season.
I think, can we just move award season to warmer months? It might make interviews a bit better.
You could buy a coat. That would solve some of the problems.
dry robes. I
Dry
think
robes
is
for everyone.
quick. Yeah.
The problem with summer awards is you're going to get a load of sweaty Hollywooders, and that's going to deter them from coming. Do we want to have them frosty or sweaty and stinking out the place?
You're right. Let's go for springtime.
Yeah.
Nicely in between, maybe
April.
sort of April, May.
Yeah.
The Brits should be in April.
They should. Let's forget doing anything in January and February. We're getting rid of that. That's gone.
Look, fine.
The public will get better interviews that they get to watch.
I mean, it doesn't really affect me anymore. I haven't been to an awards do for a lot. Well, the Heating and Ventilation Awards of East Anglia. I did host those last year. Don't need to brag. You know, you're in the room with a big dog. But yeah, I think we can do this.
Okay.
I don't know if the public care.
They might not, but they will notice the quality. You'll get better answers.
Fine.
Happier
Okay.
celebrities.
I understand.
It might even, warm up your Harrison Fords of the world.
Also, it's part of the big legislative agenda of the government. You know, the big criticism of the government at the minute is that there's just, they're clocking off work early. They're not doing very much. There's nothing to debate in Parliament. We're making sure, however mundane, there is a full legislative agenda and the MPs are staying till late debating bills, however mundane they might be, but they're still there doing their work. So taxpayers are getting value for money.
Fine then. Right, I agree. Let's move on.
Okay. Can we please tackle umbrellas?
What's your problem with
Literally,
umbrellas?
or
I think we get rid as a nation. They're just inconvenient. They're in the way. People hold them like a sort of javelin. They've normally got a really speared edge to them. They're dangerous. And they're eye height. I'm only 5'2". The amount of spokes that nearly got into my eyes. I just think, and then when I'm holding an umbrella, I'm so short. I know I'm getting in tall people's way because my umbrella's too short. And I'm like sort of holding it up to get through the crowd. Everything about it seems like a bad design. The second there's one little gust of wind, they're inside out. I just don't think there's a lot of flaws. How many times they're soaking wet when you finished with them and you don't want to put them anywhere. They're just soggy and you're in the pub and you sort of chuck them on the floor and then you lose them and the cycle continues.
So we're just no umbrellas.
Yeah, just hoods.
Okay.
Happy with that? Or like even an umbrella hat, maybe? No, we're not sure. That's fine. That was just a spitballing idea. But hoods. Just
Well,
back
the
to
thing
that
is,
a
as
good
well, I
hood.
never have an umbrella when I need one.
No, neither do I.
Ever.
No.
But I like a nice umbrella. I think fancy umbrellas are really
I
cool.
like a good sort of when they're really strong and you sort of there's the moment where there's a bit of a gust of wind and you can tell the difference in quality of one's umbrella. So you get yours that's just there
between
rigid,
one's
solid.
umbrella. Who do you think you are?
All right, I'm trying to be classy, talking about classy umbrellas, all right? And then yours is there, steady, sturdy, and then everyone else has just sort of done that awkward little shift where it's gone upwards, and that sort of upward triangle of an umbrella that just helps nobody.
Yeah, but are you talking golf umbrella? Because that's not practical in life,
No,
it?
golf
They're big,
isn't it? Golf umbrellas in the street are unacceptable behaviour.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm saying. They're a weapon. They should be classified as a weapon. They've got spokes and spears and edges to them.
They're not very socially good umbrellas, are they? They do cause a lot of issues, I think.
And you can't share as a couple. You're different heights. You can't hold.
I end up just like being an umbrella holder.
Yeah, then you just look like someone's security guard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
embarrassing.
when you've got just the shoulder that's in the
That's
rain.
wet.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get dripped on.
Yeah.
Come on, the more we talk about this, the more we know.
I'm really coming around to the idea.
Because you were against it. I know
I
you
was,
were.
but now
I'd heard
you've spoken
rumblings
about it.
in
Cabinet
I
rumblings.
actually thought this was ridiculous. I like a nice umbrella, but actually, the more you talk about it, the worse they are.
The only challenge we're going to have to be is everyone looks like a complete plank wearing a dry robe, and I include myself in that.
Oh my
Are
God,
you a dry
do you
robe
have a dry
owner?
robe?
Yeah, sadly.
Okay. Are you wearing them out in public as well?
Sadly,
as a
yeah.
coat?
Yeah.
You wear,
So
you
not
wear a
just,
dry robe
have
as
you
a
ever
coat?
used it for what it's intended for, which is the cold swim?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Where have they come from?
I don't know, but suddenly everyone got them for Christmas. I
They're
swear.
everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They are
now.
nice and fuzzy, though. That's why I don't like that I like this.
I've never seen one, and it's all I see now.
I agree, I
and
see
I
them
judge
everywhere.
anyone who wears one out in public. I really hate them.
I know. I judge, and then I think maybe it's like Crocs. Maybe
have
you're
some
a step
balls and
ahead.
just wear a fucking dressing gown out. That's what I think.
That's the next stage, isn't
you know,
it?
exactly. Like people just need to man up and do that. It's unacceptable. The dry robe is. I'm so
Yeah.
upset you wear a dry robe.
There is
Lorin.
actually an Instagram page called Dry Robe Wankers.
What, naming and shaming? Oh, it's hard.
They're awful.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
My wife
No, I
stopped
don't.
wearing hers for some time because she was afraid she was going to end up on Dry Robe Wankers.
No, this thing is that what they just spotted like in the wild. Oh, this is the thing. You can't wear anything anymore.
They're awful.
But I agree. I'm not sure about them yet.
Yeah.
I've not come round to them as a genuine like sort of everyday
Look,
garment.
if banning umbrellas means we have to have dry robes, then I'm out again.
No, we're going back to good hoods on coats.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Just strong hoods.
strong hood that stays up.
Oh, lovely.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Yeah,
We're all in
absolutely.
agreement.
I've come round to it. Let's do it. Okay. What other policies would you like to discuss?
I think we're going to go back to the supermarkets now. And
It's a lot of shopping for you here.
again, it's a lot of just back to basic stuff that we just need to sort out now. We've let it all. I think we've been so focused on the bigger things in this country. We've let a lot of things slip under the radar.
Yep.
Like certain foods that are now embarrassing to buy as an adult that should be fine. We need to get rid of the shame of buying a petit faloo as an adult. We all know they taste amazing, right? But unless you've got a baby in the shopping trolley, it's embarrassing that you're buying them for yourself.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you get embarrassed buying stuff like that?
A petit faloo, I would
You
feel...
might have children at home. They don't know.
They don't know, but I would know the lie. I'd feel disgusting in myself.
Yeah, look, I agree. I love a Milky Bar yogurt, and I do feel ashamed when they put them in my trolley for me. I wouldn't have a froob on the train.
Right, and this is what I'm saying. You'd be embarrassed to eat a fruit.
I would eat a fruit, but not in public.
Would you peel a Baby Bell in public and eat it?
Yes,
Okay.
a Baby Bell I don't think's an issue.
Fine.
No,
but
I disagree. If you're over the age of 15, it's embarrassing. My guilty one is cheese strings, and if I get seen
God, I
on
love
the
a
train,
cheese
yeah, it's
string.
great.
They sell them in
be an
WH
adult with a
Smith's
cheese-
at my station, and but then you sit there as an adult going and like peeling them off. Like
You just look you look like you should be on a register if you do that.
But the problem is, if you eat it, if you just bite into a cheese string,
That's
you
even
look like a
wronger.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
that is
that's
not
true. You can't just chomp them.
You can't just eat a cheese string like a banana.
No.
You have to peel them, but then, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I've never thought about this before. You've really brought this to my attention. So
Like
petit faloos you're embarrassed about. Anything else?
Pom Bears. It's a baby crisp, isn't it? You can't really be an adult just serving Pom Bears at your dinner party.
No.
But you should be able to. They're a cracking crisp.
Yeah.
But there's just a little bit of shame attached.
Yeah.
So you want things like Pom Bears should have the same status as like kettle chips?
I think they should.
Yeah.
If you started doing a sweet chili Pom Bear, maybe it would get the clout it deserves.
An 18 plus Pom Bear.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to say this is how we're going to make our millions, but a sweet chili Pom Bear might be the best idea I've ever heard.
Thank you. I that is
Pom Bear, yeah, I wouldn't eat Pom Bears in public either.
No, because it just feels a little bit
Yeah,
off.
a bit wrong.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a little bit wrong.
You wouldn't eat them walking past a school,
No,
would you?
you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
You couldn't.
No.
Yeah, there's loads of these foods, and they're so nice.
And they're so nice. I just think we maybe just need a little rebrand, a little overhaul. Stop making them too kidified.
Yeah.
We know the kids will eat them. The
Yeah.
kids don't know the difference.
So, you know when they did Harry Potter first came out and they had the adult cover? So you weren't reading a children's book on the train. They had like
Yes.
grown-up covers. They should do Pom Bears in a grown-up package.
Oh, this is
like
great.
that. Like
Maybe
Grown-up
two
Pom
versions:
Bears.
Pom Bears and Pom Grizzly Bears, and they're just more grown up.
I think Pom Grizzly Bears is like a gay subculture, isn't it?
Could be. Could be. We'll have to check that.
I'm a Pom
Gay
Bear.
we
Rex
get-
in Australia.
There's loads of this. Do you buy these and eat them in secret then?
Yeah, it's a secret shame.
Do you buy Pom Bears still?
Yeah, I do sometimes, but again, secret shame. I wouldn't eat them in public.
Do you have quite a childlike palate?
No, I think I am quite adventurous, but there's certain comfort foods like that I do still enjoy. I enjoy eating cheese on toast cut into squares just because to me it tastes a little bit nicer being in tiny little squares. Lasts longer. That's something I wouldn't do in front of you two. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I do that in the privacy of my own home.
See, mine of that is pasta and baked beans.
Oh, that is
Pasta
fucking
and baked
disgusting.
beans.
I'm actually judging you so much for that.
I judge a kid for doing that.
That's my like child's food that I will still eat.
Do you still have like, alphabeti spaghetti as well?
No, but I do have ravioli in the tin.
Fucking hell.
I buy tin like the Heinz
You're
tin
still a
ravioli.
fucking student.
Yeah, I have that at home.
my God.
Because just sometimes like
On toast or just on its
on
own?
toast,
Yeah, toast.
yeah. But like sometimes you just want something like that. You know, I
I
don't
just-
want to cook something from scratch every time. I just
No.
want to open a tin and pour it out.
I'd like to circle back to the pasta and the beans. We're talking
Yeah,
baked
okay.
beans poured onto pasta.
yeah, baked beans and pasta together. Like so, you make pasta and then you just put beans in it as the sauce.
You're warming the beans though still?
Yeah, warming the beans.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
and,
weird.
And I wouldn't put it on top. Like I would mix it in the pan.
Oh, well, that's all right then. As long as you mixed it. Fucking hell.
So it's like
not
you,
an
you
animal.
are cooking. You know, come on. Yeah, that's like my child comfort food. That if I'm a bit sad, that's what I'll
Okay.
make.
I mean, that
things
is-
aren't going well in my life when I've had that.
If we spot you eating beans, but you wouldn't eat that in public on a train, would you?
God, no, I wouldn't put it in Tupperware and eat it
You're
on
not
the
going
train.
to open that up and start.
No.
No.
Like, I have that. I won't even eat it when my girlfriend's home. Like
Just
I
in
have
case.
it when I'm home alone because I know it's unacceptable. Like I know deep down that I shouldn't
See,
be.
there's a reason like this. I think that maybe we need to be careful because I think this kind of degree of shame is necessary.
I agreed. So your own made-up kind of concoctions, we can shame you for those.
Yeah, but just nice things that are in packets.
Packaged things that are decent. I think we should either, like we said, we could look at the marketing of it, maybe
Yeah.
make some adult versions, or maybe they just need a full rebrand.
So God, this is really bad. My food habits are not good. I will quite often make myself a packed lunch to go when I go and work in the evenings. When I'm gigging, I'll take it in the car with me, so I don't end up stopping and buying loads of stuff. And I do have iced gems.
You see, that's another
Do you
one.
remember? They're
Ice
really
gems.
nice.
Yeah, but
70 calories a pack. Dream.
no one should be put. They are party foods. That goes in the party food category. That's a buffet only food.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's not going in packed
no.
lunches as an adult.
I mean, just sat there in a lay-by eating ice gems by myself. It is sad, isn't it? My life.
It's a sad moment. But saying that, my opinion of it comes from the branding of thinking it's a kid's party food. So you know what? We should make that more mainstream
I
for
think,
you.
look, absolutely. I don't want this shame.
Yeah.
I like skips.
Skips are the one that are on the cusp where adults can just about get away with a skip.
skips are okay, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because like anything that's shaped like an animal, you can't have. What, the little animal biscuits? That's
there's little
unacceptable.
chocolate ones, yeah.
Maybe they should shape them like adult things, and then, so you have the kids ones that are animals, and the adult things like, you know, a mortgage offer, and you know things that are proper.
MOTs and stuff.
Yeah,
nice.
shaped like a little MOT certificate.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
we can work through this. I think.
I think
we're
this
all on
is
the
a
same
great
page
idea.
with
We
this. It's
definitely
fantastic.
are, yeah. But pasta and beans unacceptable. No.
Yeah.
Banned?
Banned. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So-
Banned. What's your one then that you like? If you like a cheese string, but since you're Mr. Food all of a sudden,
I love a cheese toasty. I just like
a cheese toasty.
Yeah, but you
perfectly
never,
acceptable.
and it's acceptable. But you never get to make it, and it's sort of it's an indulgence, but it's not a fancy indulgence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you using, I saw the
Yeah,
action
yeah.
there. You've got
Have you
the
got a Breville?
machine.
George Foreman.
A George Foreman is grilling it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, that's next level.
Yeah.
Buttering it outside of the bread?
No.
No.
You don't butter the outside of the bread?
No, it's just because I stack it full of cheese and like other stuff, like olives or tomato and a bit of onion. Yeah.
Olives?
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking?
What's wrong
Like,
with
you're just going
olives?
to go at me for pasta and baked beans, you're putting olives in a cheese toasty?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's... Is it? Olives?
Yeah.
Do you find that weird?
Yeah, I'm going to say
Not
it.
full olives, but like cut them up and
No,
sort of
no,
little
yeah,
slices
but-
of olives.
It's a very posh cheese.
That's a very posh cheese, you know.
You've tried to Gales it.
Yeah.
You've really gone...
Well, I think one should try and Gales things in life. You know,
Fine.
it's just sort of, do I want
That is the
sort of
most
my
Tory
comfort?
thing you've ever said. One should try and Gales things.
Is it going to be Tory or is it more sort of London middle class types? I think.
Yeah, look,
do they do Gales in the Shires? I don't know. I don't live in the
Yeah,
Shires.
we've got a
Have you?
Gales. Oh,
In your
yeah.
little village?
In Bicester Village.
Oh.
There's a Gales.
Nice.
That is cheating. There's also an Itsu in Bicester, but it is in Bicester Village. You do get a Gales.
Fair.
But, you know, it's like, Gales is like, well posh. It's not like here, you know. Like, Pret is a novelty.
What? Not where you... What? But in the country?
Yeah, where I live, like, my nearest Pret is Cherwell Services,
So
3
you
miles
can't-
away.
You can't move from them in a city, can you?
No, it's like they're rare. Oh, God, you see a Pret and it's like, you dream.
But do you not think... Sometimes I think they're a bit overrated. Like, I don't always love the choice of sandwich in a Pret. What,
No.
have you got a go-to thing that you get or not?
Oh, yeah, mac and cheese in Pret.
Oh, you get
They
the
do a
mac
good
and
mac and
cheese.
cheese,
Yeah,
don't
to be
they?
fair,
Not
it's
the
nice.
kale one, the prosciutto one.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there was a map that was designed of like the real north-south divide, and it's where the Prets stop and the Gregs start, and the sort of the ratio of more Gregs to more Prets.
Well, there is a map as well. Have you ever seen the Waitrose one, the
No.
North-South divide, where it goes, this is the North-South divide, and Waitrose just stops around Nottingham.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm Midlands. I'm Nottingham, so yeah, I'm
there's
kind
Waitrose
of
there,
on
and
the
then
cusp.
they just go, just forever. It's really funny.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, look, I think this is a nice, easy win because this is things people like,
Yeah.
and we're taking away the stigma. Maybe we can just hide it in the supermarkets. You can go and shop by yourself for it in a separate section.
What? There's like some sort of curtained aisle.
When you go to
They have
Dubai
with the
and you
porno
want to buy
mags, you'd
bacon, you know the bacon bit in Dubai.
what?
When
No.
you go into- You know, when you go to in the supermarkets in Dubai and in the Middle East, like if you're an expat, like there's a little bit for
Here's
the
your
pork.
porno and
Is
your
there
bacon.
actually?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a thing?
There's like you go. There's like there's like a little door you go through, and there's like the bacon bit.
I didn't
like
know
it's a
that.
seedy
Wow.
sex shop at the back of your Waitrose.
I love
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I
So you
didn't
can
know
have a
that.
little shame bit where everyone goes around buying all the kiddie food.
Yeah, like the Pom
so
Grizzly
fucking
Bears, they're
wrong.
on the top shelf. Yeah, I get it. It does sound a bit wrong, but we'll work on that.
Yeah, look, there's plenty to work with there. I think that'll be
You
really
can work
popular.
with industry who will want to sell more of their stuff and won't mind the rebrand for that. So it's one of those things we can package up as a collaborative effort between government and industry, creating
Right.
more jobs, creating more buying. Yeah, everyone's happy.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Okay, well that's nice and easy. Can we get your next?
This is my
policy.
final problem that we need to probably get fixed. I think this really should have been top of the priority, but I was very bogged down by the small things in life.
Of course.
Train Wi-Fi. We need to sort this stat. It is an issue. Elon Musk is getting people on the moon. They're talking about getting hotels on Mars, and we still can't get signal on a train going to the East Midlands. I don't understand what's happening. Why is
bad,
it
isn't it?
so bad? And it doesn't matter if you buy it or you log on when the train's more empty, or if you're in closer to first class, it's still shoddy, and you still can't stream shows. It's terrible.
Look, I think they should have spent the money on HS2 just doing the Wi-Fi, and then nobody would have cared.
Oh, imagine if they'd have plowed all that money just into massive satellites on top of the train.
But you can get Wi-Fi really good on a plane now,
Yeah, that's also what confuses me.
but not on a train.
Yeah, so what are we doing? What's happening on the trains?
So where are you getting the train to that you want your Wi-Fi?
I would get it from King's Cross to, it would be like Nottingham.
Yeah.
And that whole journey, there's loads of tunnels, signals going in and out, and you're just screwed. Unless you've preempted it and you've downloaded your stuff on Netflix or whatever, it's a nightmare. And sometimes you can't even open an email. It's that weak.
Yeah.
You know, we forgot about the perils of just seeing an E pop up on our phone, but you see that a lot on an East Coast train.
Yeah, do you not sort of like it though? Because I quite like being on the train with no signal, and you can just go back to a simpler time.
But you want to know that. It's the certainty. If you know, okay, I've got 2 hours, I'll get me some Agatha Christie on the go. I'll get a nice
Olives
oven.
in your toasties, Agatha Christie. You're really going for the you're highbrow today. I absolutely love it.
But you know what I mean? Of just like, okay, I know I've got a solid block of no tech. Maybe that's something that could be good, in fact. It's like, we need people to disconnect from their tech and not worry about this latest tweet or this text or whatever. Enjoy the scenery, tech.
I think the thing is, the problem is they give you the offer and then it's terrible.
Yeah.
If we just went no Wi-Fi anywhere anymore,
No,
you can only have internet in your own house like we used to.
No, we can't be having that because these journeys are long. Like if you're going to Edinburgh, you can't be
Can read a
entertaining.
book.
You can, but you need more than that in life.
Write a book by the state of the fucking delays on the line.
I just think we need to be able to be streaming. I want to sit and watch something. That's what I want to do on a long journey. I want to zone
Really?
out. Yeah, I really do.
No.
I want to zone out. Or they're going to have to start doing what planes do and putting little TV screens in the back of the seats.
That I would be here for.
Yeah?
If they did little entertainment screens on
Yeah.
trains, 100%.
Put a little movie on or a little TV
Yes,
show.
Absolutely.
Do we look into that instead, or do we improve the Wi-Fi? We've got to
I
pick.
reckon let's do it that, because then they can keep their costs low. They can sort of bombard you with advertising, which is how they pay for it, and then not have to worry about the Wi-Fi. Be just like click a nice little show, and it's that excitement of what used to be the case of like, oh, I wonder what movies they're going to have on the plane.
Okay, yeah,
which
'cause
is lost now because everyone's got their own little devices they can bring on and download all their stuff beforehand, and it's not. Oh, I wonder what film they're going to have on the plane.
I just never download things I wouldn't download my own shows to watch on a plane or anything.
You wouldn't ever.
No, never,
Oh.
or even on the train. Like I don't sit there with my own thoughts, but like I'll sit and read a book or something, or watch what they have. I'm not. Do you download your own stuff for the plane?
Sometimes, yeah. If
it's an
I'm really
EasyJet
getting
flight.
into something, yeah. And if I want to, say if I'm watching a series and think, I can really get through that on this flight.
Okay, fine.
But I'm actually quite happy watching the in-flight entertainment. We need that on trains.
Yeah,
then.
I think train
Trains are way
entertainment
behind.
would be great.
Train-tertainment.
Train-tertainment.
That's the brand.
I had a great experience on a long haul flight. It was a kind of dream ticked off of mine. I was on an 11-hour flight and I managed to watch all 3 of the Lord of the Rings. And I was just
Whoa.
like, yeah, this is perfect.
In one
fantastic.
sitting.
Yep.
Wow, that's impressive.
Fabulous.
So I
That's
think if you're
impressive.
doing a long haul train journey to like Aberdeen or somewhere, which you want to encourage because you want people to be green, you got to offer them the Lord of the Rings
That's
trilogy.
it.
Yeah.
Look, the trains are dreadful, and we want everyone to use the trains. This is a great first. I cannot believe this has never been suggested.
Okay, so we're getting
Entertainment on trains.
on trains. Let's really make people look
In fact,
forward to that journey.
and in fact, it'll mask the misery and despair of all the delays all the time. If I've got all the Harry Potters to get through, all the Lord of the Rings to get through. It's
Yes.
the delays don't become so bad, and the decay of the standards is masked.
Yeah, look, like the Wi-Fi thing, I agree it is bad, and we should do something about it. But this is a good workaround.
Okay, I think maybe then that's the next project.
Lovely.
Let's sort that out. Do we need to provide headphones or bring your own?
No, I think people can bring their own headphones.
Yeah, because it might get a bit grubby.
I find it a bit grim when they give them to you on the plane.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
they're
I mean,
gross.
you've seen the state of loos on the train compared to planes. And it's just,
Oh my God.
I don't want no.
Yeah,
Do you know what I found out about planes just quickly? That they reseal all the used headphones and blankets. I always thought you were getting fresh ones out of the sealed packet.
I mean,
but I think they just resealed them.
They wash the blankets, I think.
No, but I thought they just resealed them from the flight before.
No,
seems
surely they're
effort.
washing them.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But I did
Then
hear
it's
that's
someone's
what
job to reseal about 300 blankets worth without a wash.
True, that'd be hard. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's one of those fake news things that I heard, and I was like, oh, this is like an old smelly blanket that I'm putting on.
Yeah.
The old
look,
socks.
I think we shouldn't. Maybe no blankets then.
Yeah.
No blankets, no headphones.
No blankets, no headphones.
Bring your own.
Entertainment. Wi-Fi needs to be better.
Yes,
Yeah, I totally agree.
great. I mean, this is a great meeting,
Look,
guys.
I think these are all really good policies. I think we
Great.
can get through this. We've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister. If people want to find you online, where can they find you?
Just at Sian Welby, but say just at Sian Welby. No one knows how to spell my name or pronounce it. So don't write Sean, don't write Sian. Write it like Sian Welby.
Yep.
That makes sense,
Give it
right?
phonetically for our audience, just in case they're confused.
Right, imagine Sian isn't spelt with a H or an R. It's Sian. It's a Welsh spelling. I'm not Welsh. There's no reason for it. My dad's called Ian. I think they stuck an S on the front. I don't know. Sian Welby, 1LBY. I don't know.
I've never thought it's the female version of Ian.
Thank you. That's it.
Danielle, Sean. You can do it with all the names. And you're on Capital Breakfast every single day.
Yeah, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. So if you're up early, 6 till 10.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I Am Prime Minister is a Viral Tribe production. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at IamPM.